Hello and welcome. I am the Suit&Tie Dip&ChewGuy, and this is the number 19 short format review. So, Timberwolf Fine Cut Natural. What is it? Looking at the can, you got a Pinkerton silver plastic lid with a sticker on it. You also have a sales price. Yes, this price that you're seeing here, if this was actually the regular price for this product, that's what it should be priced at. However, in my area, they are promoting this as a special. Everything is pretty straightforward there. Going to the side, you got the warning label and another sales price, branding, barcode, manufacturer's information, and general information. I never noticed this before, but they mix their general information, such as sale is only allowed in the United States, and their manufacturer's information. This is a product of the Pinkerton Tobacco Company of Owensboro, Kentucky, the makers of Red Man. All right. Going to the back, you have a plain, generic looking can. It is pliable though. The can itself, it's not brittle. It's got a pinpoint yellow dot code on it. I do not know what it means. If you want to find out what one means, the best chance is to go over, check out Berg's and Berg's Dip Reviews. He probably has a video somewhere saying what that means. I do not know though. So I'm going to cut into this. Now this is in my original series, always a second tier product. And if you watch the news that I just put up a little while ago, I explained that I've expanded the What Is It series to encompass second tier products. This is the top line from Pinkerton. They also make Longhorn and a very short Red Man series. It's only got 3 products in it. But I'd stick away from them. Longhorn, if you absolutely have to. Timberwolf, I have always thought was an acceptable budget product if it is priced as it should be. So this is basically what Pinkerton, the closest or best output they're going to get into a snuff type dip. And opening the can, the lids are good for seeing what the product's cut looks like. It is very fine, as you can see. They are not good, though, however, as a sturdy lid, or lack thereof, depending on which way you want to look at it. In the can, it is, for the most part, consistent. There is 1 or 2 irregular bits that are a little bit longer. It's got a brownish tinge to it, and it feels like the moisture is good. You can even see where my finger has left a dent. So let me see. I did not pack this, partly because I didn't want it. I wanted it to be able to break apart here. That's what you're looking at. It's pretty moist. I mean, the stuff, Timberwolf moisture levels are, in my mind, pretty darn good all the time. I've never run into one that was like drier or dried out. So, what is it? It is a fairly good tasting natural. The cut is fine, but with the moisture level being as high as it is, you can I actually moved it around a little bit to the side. Not as back far as I usually do when I'm talking in these videos, but I am able to move it. It stays fairly firm in the mouth. Some of their long cut products, when they're very moist, do tend to get soft in the mouth after a little bit, like more longer than this video is going to be. Let me put it that way. But right now, this seems pretty firm in the mouth. The flavor's good. The salt is drawn down. It's not as salty as, let's say, Copenhagen. It's got a flavor that deviates from the Copenhagen a little bit. It almost reminds me of the Grizzly Naturals. And that may be because they're a little bit lower on the salt level too. But I don't care for the Grizzly Naturals. This is all right though. So you have a budget product with good moisture. The cut for a fine cut, I mean, they're long cuts. Yeah, there's complaints with the long cuts because they're not really that long and they don't hold well together. But with a fine cut like this, you can't really complain. Somebody like me can't, because any fine cut is going to give me a hard time. It doesn't really matter who the company is or what level it is. It doesn't matter. It's all going to act the same way with me, and I'm not skilled at it, and it's going to act, it's not going to be good, as my desk will attest to. But this stuff, if you can get this at a regular price of like $250 or so, keeping in mind something like Kayak I wouldn't pay over $1 for. But if you can get this at this price, not sale, regular price, it's worth it in my mind. The packaging leaves a lot to be desired, yes. But the product in the packaging, as a budget product, if you're looking at it as a budget product, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Nicotine's not going to be terribly high, okay? But it's high enough I don't feel like doing anything else right now. I don't feel like smoking my pipe or switching out with another dip. You do want to keep an eye on these. Real quick. These, even in my area now, get slotted like this. They're in tower stands, okay? It is awful close when you take that yellow out of play to the regular when you're sitting, the straight, when you're sitting, 10 feet back with it behind a counter. So, okay, it's more of a fire engine red than a like brownish burgundy. But all in all, I think it's a quality product, and if you see it and it's priced well, I'd give it a try. Salt's a little bit lower than, let's say, Copenhagen. Nicotine is lower. Packaging's not great, but the moisture level's really good, and the cut's pretty consistent. All right, so that is what Timberwolf Fine Cut Natural is. I am the Suit&Tie Dip&ChewGuy. Do take care of yourselves, and God bless.